Good evening. I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, Nebraska native and now two-time NCAA softball champion Jordy Ball announced that she will be entering the transfer portal via social media. Ball expressed her gratitude towards the OU fanbase for their support and that she intends to return home and continue her career. Coming up on the show, Jessica will chat with the color analyst for Sooner softball, DJ Sanchez, to reflect on what type of player Jordy was on that 61-1 OU team. This morning, it was also announced that Husker men's basketball assistant coach Adam Howard was selected to participate in the 2023 Top Connect Basketball Symposium in Florida this week. Coach Howard is one of 38 Division I assistant coaches to be selected. Top Connect identifies the top assistant basketball coaches in the country and provides them with excellent networking and leadership development opportunities. Coach Howard will then return to Lincoln and help prepare the men's team for their trip to Spain later this summer. Earlier today, the Nebraska Soccer 2023 schedule was unveiled. The Huskers are set to play 18 regular season games, with 9 games at home, including 2 exhibition games with South Dakota State and Oklahoma, to kick off their season on August 8th and 11th, respectively. More information on the schedule at large and ticketing can be available at huskers.com. The NBA season could end tonight, as Denver will look to hoist their first finals trophy in franchise history. Miami will visit Colorado with the tip-off set for 7:30, and the Nuggets leading that series 3-1. And lastly, 6 of the 8 teams have already punched their ticket to the College World Series up in Omaha, and those teams are Wake Forest, Florida, LSU, Virginia, TCU, and Oral Roberts. The other 2 teams are to be determined tonight in the final batch of super regional games. Currently in a weather delay is Southern Miss and Tennessee, and later tonight, Texas and Stanford will battle it out for that last spot. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Coming up next is a full 2 hours of Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
3 eligible to the near side. Back to throw is Morgan. Stepping up, gets hit, drop. Oh, he got drilled at the 18-yard line. Ty Robinson's second sack of the year. I think he took his shoes off with that hit. Simon gets the shotgun snap. Huskers send a corner blitz. Simon step throws. Pass intercepted. Picked off by Miles Farmer.
Go,
to
baby.
The 35, to the 30. Rope tied down to the 27-yard line. Miles Farmer's 4th career INT.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Well, it appears that the ball is in Nebraska's court.
Nicely done. You've been working on that all day?
Sat on that one all day long. Welcome, another week of Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network. Hope you had a great weekend. It's a top 10 day outside. It's absolutely beautiful here in Lincoln today, upper 70s, no humidity. It is absolutely fantastic for those of you that were able to sneak outside and maybe play some golf today. Good for you. It's absolutely fantastic. Good to be back with you. Hope you had a great weekend. Busy time here around the state. Lots of news to get to. About to get really busy in Omaha at the end of the week. The College World Series starts on Friday. I love the field. You've got some traditional powers. You have some schools who haven't been here in a long time. And you have a real Cinderella in Oral Roberts, going to make their first appearance since 1978. I told you, first non-Power 5 school to make the College World Series in about 6 years. I think that's cool.
That's awesome. And it is. It's a good mixture. So you have the teams that are going to travel well and be well supported, but then when fans that are going that aren't attached to teams, they find the ones that they want to root for, and then it kind of evens it all out. It's going to be a fun atmosphere.
Still 2 spots open. Southern Miss, Tennessee trying to play. They're in a weather delay right now. Stanford and Texas will play later tonight. That'll round out the field. The tournament starts this year on a Friday, not a Saturday. They backed it up one day. So if you've got tickets, Friday is when they'll have the first doubleheader day up there. But my opening little salvo was Jordy Ball rocking the softball world, announcing today that she's entered the transfer portal. A very heartfelt statement that she put out on social media earlier today when she said that She has decided to play the game I love closer to the things that have made me who I am, and that has always been more important to me than this game. She did not come right out and say it today that she's going to be a Nebraska Cornhuskers, but our sources are saying that's just a matter of time for that to happen. And my goodness, I cannot remember, Jessica, anybody of this caliber coming to Nebraska after having such a stellar career somebody else. This is really earth-shattering news.
Oh, I got chills just, hearing you talk about it. This is a huge get. I mean, you go back, rewind to when this softball team ended their season, and we talked about there's really one glaring missing piece, and it was a pitcher. And so much of this roster is coming back. And then you add the arguably best pitcher in all of college softball. And hopefully, I mean, again, it's not, it's not officially official just yet, but the fact that, she's alluding to the fact that she's probably going to come home. This is somebody that was committed to Nebraska for a long time, grew up a Nebraska fan. If you follow her on her social media, you can see how much she loves this state. And, so many things that you could pick away from this. But one of the things that I really think is important to take away is when a kid from the state of Nebraska decides right out of high school, maybe not to come here, to keep that relationship open, to not hammer them on social media, to have it be positive, because you never know when someone might want to come back, right? And so I think that those relationships remained. There was never any negativity there when she decided to decommit and go to Oklahoma. I think my guess would be that the staff remained absolutely positive with her. I think the players remained positive with her. The fans didn't go after her. And so now it probably in the back of her mind, she always thought about that, because this is where she had originally committed, where she wanted to play. So then in her mind the whole time, there was never any negativity in there. And so she probably thought about that a lot once she decided to go to OU. I've been saying this since I got here, and Jordy was not at OU when I was at OU. But she was coming in, and then I really thought, just with how much she loved Nebraska and loves this state, and how many Nebraska kids that she grew up playing with are on this roster, and just the way that the portal is, I really thought if she goes there and wins a national title healthy, there's a good chance she might look to come back and finish her career here, and it looks like that might happen.
She had an amazing prep career at Papillion La Vista. She came back, our good friend Dave Manerick from the Cornhusker State games. She lit the torch, I think, last summer to start the Cornhusker State games, which are, by the way, coming up in July here in Lincoln, and mostly Lincoln, a little bit up in Omaha. So she came back to do that and got a rousing ovation for that, which I'm sure reiterated to her that there's a lot of love in the state for her. They remember how dominant she was in her prep career, and then very proud of what she did in Norman the last 2 years. And your point is an outstanding one. Don't burn bridges.
Yes.
Don't burn bridges. And we've seen it, not that Sam Griesel was going to come here out of high school, but I think he kind of wanted to get back here. You talked to Josiah last week. I don't know if he was burning desire to come back, but I think he thinks it's pretty cool that he's going to finish it up here.
I think a lot of these kids feel this way. And I say kids, like the kids that grew up here and have a perspective of it. It's so different. And I can only compare what I grew up with at Oklahoma. And I do think there's no professional teams, and the Thunder, yes, but there is Oklahoma State. And so it's still pretty divided, but it's just such a different feeling. And I understand that there's Creighton and UNO, but when you grow up rooting for the Huskers, it's just so different. And if you have a chance to come back and play for your home state, I think it means a lot to these players. And it really does. It's so different. And I think that's why I was a little bit worried, I got to admit to you, Greg, because just seeing the way that OU fans were with Lincoln Riley and some of that staff, and I agree, I understand it's different. It's a staff. He kind of left them high and dry a little bit. But I was a little bit worried about what the blowback would be for her, and it's been tremendously positive. It's been overwhelmingly positive about OU fans saying, hey, they'll root for you and understanding, because I do think they get that home aspect, because when she made that announcement, she made that very clear that this is why it was so important to her to be closer to family, to be closer to home, to play for her home state. And I think people understand that. I think people from Oklahoma understand that love for their state, and her having that longing to play here in Nebraska. And so I was really, really, really pleasantly surprised that for the most part, it was really, I would say 99% positive of support for her from the OU fan base and wishing her well en route to coming back home.
Well, you mentioned her ties to maybe some teams, people on the current team. The Andrews sisters played their club ball for Nebraska Gold. Jordy Ball played for Nebraska Gold. So she's got people that she has played with that are on the current Nebraska roster.
Well, and even if you didn't play on the same team, you played against, you played high school ball,
Right.
and you run in the same circles, you just know each other so well. And, we just had this conversation with the soccer girls that how many of them are from the state. And you just know each other. You have this familiarity. And Bella Bacon now coming back, who I understand that Jordy's really close with. And so, there's some familiarity there. And you become teammates. And she alluded to how close she became. What she did at OU this year, you cannot understate how much pressure that she had to go through and manage, and all the expectations, and there was a lot on her shoulders. And I think she got really close to some of those players going through that, because they all kind of battled through that, and that win streak is incredible, and winning the title. But I do feel like that there's just something different when you know the kids from when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, and you know them in a different way. I mean, you think about your childhood best friends. It's just, and getting to go back and play with them on the team that you always talked about playing about. You know, when you're playing Little League and hey, we're going to be with Huskers someday. And to be able to go back and do that and live out that dream, it's just so different.
So, huge news today, and I'm sure there's maybe a little quiet party going on over at the Gordon Complex over where softball has their office space today. And it's a great lesson, too. And I think it's a great lesson for coaches everywhere, is if you lose out on a recruit,
Don't give up. Don't burn that bridge.
Don't burn it down, because it could come back to you, particularly in the day and age of the portal. We're hearing a lot of names still popping in the portal in different sports. A couple more baseball names, not for Nebraska, but other places around the country going in the portal, even as we speak today. Good sign to do that. And so, if there's a feeling out there that, some staff may not look kindly on you if you decide to go somewhere else, I don't think that's the way it is anymore. I don't think it can be that way anymore.
No, I mean, there's just always a chance with the way that the portal is that you go somewhere and it's not the right fit, or maybe that lingering in the back of your mind of wanting to be at home and play at home and come back. There's always that chance. But I do think also, I mean, look what Jordy Ball was just able to do, how excellent of a pitcher she became. She knows what it takes to go win on that stage, and she's going to be able to bring that back wherever she plays. We're speculating here, but I mean, I think it's kind of, we're assuming and thinking that it's probably going to be Nebraska. Certainly not official yet. Again, want to reiterate, but she's done it twice now. She's won 2 national titles, and the fact that, she knows what that takes. And I also think, too, and you're going to hear a little bit more about her coming up from DJ Sanchez, who covered her career really closely at Oklahoma. She wants to hit. Courtney Wallace was a huge part of this batting lineup for how many years now? 4 years, 5 years? Mm-hmm. She didn't hit as much this year because of the load she had to carry in the circle. But the pitchers hit here, and that's not going to be the case ever at Oklahoma, because they just have too many bats in their lineup. I think, just her competitor, she scored more runs as a runner in the Women's College World Series than she gave up. She's such a competitor. She wants to be out there. And so I think just that mentality, too, is big for any team to get as well. And, boy, I mean, the national attention that's going to come with Jordy Ball coming to Nebraska, they might be very much the darlings of college softball going into this year.
Very good. You mentioned Bella Bacon, who announced last week that she was leaving Purdue to come here. She did play on that club team with Jordy, the Nebraska Gold. She did go to Millard West, but did play on that club group, and they were very, very successful. A lot of Huskers on that Nebraska Gold team.
This would be a huge deal. I mean, for those that don't maybe understand how big this would be, I mean, I think you look at this lineup. I've been saying that since the end of last season. And they'll admit just having 2 pitchers with Kaylin Kenny going down.
Yeah,
and
just had Sarah and Courtney.
And so to not have 3 pitchers, but this team is loaded, and they have so much talent and so much talent coming back that was right there on the cusp of maybe advancing to a regional. Well, they did advance to the regional final, but maybe advancing to a super regional. I mean, with softball, if one pitcher can make such a huge difference. And so you're talking about this team, potentially being a Women's College World Series team with the addition of Jordy Ball.
And it's been 10 years. Huskers last went to the Women's College World Series in 2013. Huskers have been 7 times, but only once since 2013 have they been at the College World Series. So big news there. Carla on our text line said, nope, welcome home, Jordy. There's no place like home, especially when it's Nebraska. Exciting and excellent news. Another young athlete that's kind of choosing home in a way yes, in a way no, is Camden Cook, who his dad, Sam, was an amazing punter for the Cornhuskers, had a long career with the Baltimore Ravens. Camden committed to Matt Rule over the weekend, so he did not grow up in Nebraska because his dad was with the Ravens for all those years, so he grew up in Maryland. But he said it's always been his dream to come back to Nebraska, and so he went to the camp this weekend, impressed Ed Foley and the coaches, and got an offer and quickly accepted that. So Camden Cook becomes the 9th member of the recruiting class for the Cornhuskers, which, by the way, is out to 24th in the country with what Matt Rule's been able to do. This is the group that will sign in December for the Cornhuskers. But Camden Cook, you need a punter. Brian Buschini does have 2 years of eligibility left, but if you get Camden in the fold, he could redshirt while Brian finishes out his career. But one of the great Husker names, Sam Cook, who grew up just west of here in Seward, had an amazing NFL career, so his son picks the Cornhuskers today. I love these legacy guys coming back to Nebraska. It's kind of cool.
For sure, no doubt. How many, ideally, pitchers would you like to see baseball get from the portal?
Well, they need 3 or 4 more. They got one this weekend. They got Rand Sanders from UNO, who had a pretty good year for the Mavericks. He was their closer. He committed to the Huskers, but we'll keep our eye on that. Also waiting on official announcement on Rob Childress as their pitching coach. A lot of reports out there that he has accepted the job from Will Bolt. Nothing official out of the baseball office, but D1 Baseball is reporting that. All right, here's what we have on the program tonight. Jessica alluded to DJ Sanchez, who calls Sooner softball, is going to join us here in a little bit and kind of give us the Oklahoma perspective to this massive story in the world of college softball. Jordy Ball entering the portal, saying she wants to come home. We all believe that's coming here to Lincoln, Nebraska.
And not just college softball, but in the world of sports. My whole Twitter was trending. I mean, I think that speaks volumes, too, and great for the sport, that this is arguably the biggest sports story of the day. It's awesome.
Very cool. Coming up in hour 2, Omar Brown's going to stop by. Jessica caught up with him last week. Omar Brown, a bit of a lost soul last year. We thought so much of him, the transfer from Northern Iowa, another guy that came through the portal to Nebraska. But he had some injury situations. He looks healthy, looks great. We're going to hear from him coming up in the second hour of the program. And as always, want your input with a call or a text, 402-413-2400. That is our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. We're back to get the Oklahoma perspective on Jordy Ball in the portal. We'll do that next.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting student Ann Gallagher with Campus News. The only designated R1 research university in Nebraska, UNL's innovations power economic growth, precision ag production, tech breakthroughs, and future leaders in Nebraska. With the highest graduation rates and highest median earnings for recent grads of any public university in Nebraska, UNL is doing big things for our state.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. That's why we make trucks like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight and counting. Made for performance and capability, made to play hard and work smart, on and off-road. That's because they're built Ford tough. So be future ready with Ford F-Series, based on 1977 to 2022 calendar year total sales.
For a delicious dinner on the go that will please the whole family, get Hai Chai at Hy-Vee. Right now, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22 during the month of June. Get 4 one-pint entrees, 2 pints of rice or lo mein, and 8 egg rolls or crab rangoon. That's right, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22, now through the end of June. dine in, or carry out the crowd-pleasing, award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese today. Some restrictions may apply.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card. Free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Baseball season has arrived, and your local Cenex has all your favorite snacks and beverages for the game. So whether you're hitting the road for an away game, headed to Haymarket Park, or going to cheer on your favorite local team, make Cenex your destination for top quality fuel, your favorite snacks, and service from a local smile. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally at Cenex.
Huskers, do you want a fulfilling career that's financially rewarding? Explore the many ways you can be a part of the insurance community. Go to iian.org/careers today. Business insurance is a lot to manage. Did you know a trusted choice independent insurance agent can help guide you through it at no extra cost to you? They'll do your insurance. You just do you. Find out more at trustedchoice.com.
To win the game, you got to have more strength. You got to be tougher. You got to be reliable. You got to want it more than the other guy. And you need a great team you can count on, backing you up the whole time. Whether it's in the field with your Massey Ferguson or on the field with the Huskers, red is the color of getting it done quicker, smarter, and efficiently. So this season, make sure you're checking out the lineup that'll get more done where and when it counts. From your Nebraska Massey Ferguson dealers.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. So we welcome you back to Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and we continue talking. The really big sports news of the day is that Jordy Ball has entered the transfer portal. And to get a little bit more of a perspective on that and the Oklahoma perspective on that, we welcome in DJ Sanchez, an OU softball alum, a standout pitcher in her own right back in her day. And she had a really great perspective of Jordy's run through the postseason as the color analyst for the Sooner Sports Network. So she was right there with the firsthand perspective of what Jordy did in the Women's College World Series. So DJ, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, what was your reaction when you heard the news that Jordy was entering the transfer portal, fresh off a back-to-back national championship for her?
It's not something you hear every day. You don't typically hear about the starting pitcher 72 hours ago. I mean, not very long ago, a couple days ago, throwing the national championship game and deciding to transfer the next day. But, I think I was about as shocked as everyone else was.
Well, from your perspective, I mean, again, pitching so well, and Jordy, no doubt one of the best pitchers in college softball. What is it that separates her as being one of the best in this sport?
Her physical talents are so obvious, and I think everyone has seen it since she was, in middle school. And if you watch Jordy and you follow her closely, the thing that sets her apart from other people is her competitiveness. She is one of the fiercest competitors I think I have ever seen. Pitcher, catcher, regardless of position, she's one of the fiercest competitors to play. And it comes through in the way that she commands herself in the circle. And, people want to know what makes Jordy Ball so good. And it's simply that. She has a level that other athletes, other pitchers, other people just don't necessarily know how to tap into, and she absolutely does. And that's my personal opinion about what makes her so great. The physical stuff, we can talk about, how well she moves the ball and changes speeds, but I know a lot of pitchers that move the ball well and change speeds and don't do what she does. She just has the mental capacity beyond what so many other players have.
Wow, that's cool. And then just beyond just a game day, right? I mean, she is like that in practice, and she wants to hit. She wants to be a pinch runner. I mean, she just, in any way possible, just wants to compete, right?
Yeah. I mean, she will do anything that she needs to do to help her team win. And, this is a little bittersweet for me, obviously, being Sooner alum and having been a pitcher and working for them now. It's kind of an interesting conversation to have, talking about her not being in a Sooner uniform. But I think one of the coolest stats that I saw from the Women's College World Series was the fact that she scored more runs than she gave up, because she came in to pinch run and scored a run in the Women's College World Series and did not give up a single one. So there are very, very few pitchers who have gone through that tournament who could say that. She very well might be the only one, actually.
Yeah, the Women's College World Series most outstanding player, almost 25 scoreless innings, I think 24 and 2/3, and she got the win in game one, then came in and closed game two. And I saw a lot of people maybe trying to stack her up against some of the great OU performances of any sport of all time. How would you describe what she was able to do in the Women's College World Series?
It was just absolutely fearless. It was absolutely fearless, and you could not see any pressure. This was a team, and not just Jordy, but this was a team overall that was feeling pressure that they, within themselves, they were feeling pressure from everything that surrounded this team. They did things this season and last season that people haven't seen in women's athletics, people haven't seen in the sport of softball. So for her to be able to have such poise and such composure in moments when there are so many things surrounding it, it just really says a lot.
Visiting with DJ Sanchez of the Sooner Sports Network. What about her facing this OU hitting lineup, the batting lineup every single day in practice? I mean, how much does that make a pitcher better too? You're talking about some of the best hitters in the sport as well that you're having to face every day in practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, that entire program right now, it's iron sharpens iron. Whether it's in a scrimmage, whether it is the pitching staff going against their hitters, and you got to remember too that this is a staff that was facing an offensive team last year that was even more potent with Jocelyn Hollow in that lineup that they were facing every day. And so it's very much an iron sharpens iron mentality. And that's not just going against the hitters, but that's also, I mean, you're talking about a pitching staff that had Alex Storacco and Nicole May on it as well, who the only pitcher with a loss was Jordy Ball on that staff. So, and it's wild to think about the competitiveness that just goes on within practice when no one's watching, just within the team, because it's not like there was this huge juggernaut of one pitcher. I mean, they had a staff. Now, obviously, Jordy was the ace of that, and rightfully so. But there's just even beyond what they do in scrimmages and having the opportunity to face those types of hitters, the other pitchers on staff as well absolutely elevated one another.
Well, it has not been announced officially yet if Nebraska is the landing spot. She did kind of allude to going home in her announcement on social media. I don't know how much you know about Nebraska, but they had a really potent offensive lineup. We're really missing a pitcher. They had 2 pitchers this past year. But just overall, what kind of difference can Jordy Ball make for a college softball team? Just her dominance in the circle, what can that bring to a program?
She brings the intangibles. I mean, she does. I know we said it at the beginning, but we all know how physically talented she is and what a great pitcher she is. But she brings the intangibles that you can't necessarily teach. You can't teach someone to have ice water in their veins like that on the biggest stage in the biggest moment. You can't. You can't teach someone that type of competitiveness. Those are the types of things that you either have or you don't. She absolutely has it. So beyond just the circle, wherever she lands, wherever she ends up, she's going to bring all of those things with her that make teams better, just in general.
What's your favorite pitch that she throws?
I tell you what, her rise ball can be pretty deadly, but she works everywhere. She works up, down, left, right, mixes in the off speed, so she does it all. But it was fun to watch, especially in the Women's College World Series, seeing her work up in the zone and work into some weaknesses of hitters on some of the teams that they face. So I enjoyed watching that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, she was hurt last year and came back on a tangent this year in this Women's College World Series. But what kind of growth did you see in her from her freshman to sophomore year?
I think when she came back at the beginning of the season, she had some growing pains. I mean, coming off of the injury, you could see maybe at times some hesitation, coupled with also not being the freshman that no one had seen yet. So people were prepping for her and prepping for her and prepping for her. Probably some teams, especially in the Big 12, all fall and trying to put themselves in a position to figure her out. But I think one thing for her was just you could just see the confidence, and she had it as a freshman as well, but you could just see the confidence just wholehearted in herself, the confidence in her team, and just kind of that feeling of not being denied. You could just see it in the way that she went about things. Not that she was ever a thrower by any means. She's always been controlled in everything that she's done, even before she got to OU. I remember watching her in high school. But everything that she did, you could just see a game plan with it. So like a true pitcher, seasoned pitcher.
And Dita, just for this story to be as big as it is today, and it's blowing up social media. It's one of the biggest sports stories all day long. And again, just the growth of this sport. What does that mean to you that this sport continues to grow the way that it is, and that this is the starting pitcher transfer from Oklahoma softball entering the transfer portal is really one of the biggest sports story of the day?
It's amazing. I get a little bit of a skewed view, or at least I thought I did, a little bit of a skewed view going to OU's softball games all the time, because that is its own animal in many ways. And this year I went to Oklahoma State. I went to some other places, and it's not just happening in Norman. Now, granted, OU has one of the most ridiculous softball fan bases you'll ever see, and it's just such a huge thing here in Norman. But you go other places, it's everywhere. So it's not just OU or things here in the state of Oklahoma. It's everywhere. And the sport has changed so much, not just since I was in school, but it's changed since I was coaching 7 years ago. It's a completely different animal, and it's amazing to see just the excitement and the buzz and the viewership and the following that this sport has. It's absolutely amazing.
And that newly renovated stadium just completely packed down there too. That had to be cool to see as well.
Yes. It was awesome, and getting ready to pack a new one.
Yeah. If you build it, they will come. I think that's what Holly Rose said, right? I mean, keep adding more and people will keep coming, right?
Yes.
DJ Sanchez, appreciate your time and your perspective on this. Always great stuff, and great to see you as well.
You too.
DJ joining us on our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Back with more on Sports Nightly coming up right after this.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
It's time again for some Nebraska farm facts. For Nebraska soybean farmers, sustainability is a way of life. 97% of farms are family-owned, and 95% are participating in conservation programs and using sustainable practices. And they have significant sustainability goals by 2025. 10% more energy efficiency, 10% less land, and 25% less soil erosion. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there is no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and has been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Huskers fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbros.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics.
And a 36. Baselak trying to set the screen, gets hit and sacked. Brought down Ty Robinson. Brings him down, a sack for Ty.
Hey Husker fans, tune in Friday for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In the 6 o'clock hour, we'll listen back to interviews with Merritt Beeson and Peyton Robb. In the 7 o'clock hour, we'll go back to conversations with Trev Alberts, Till Steinforth, and Kristen Coggan. Tune in to your local affiliates or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so hot. The air conditioner is out again. SOS, he screams and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota. the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. 402-413-2400. That's the number to be a part of the program with a call or a text. John, on our text line up in Omaha, the fact that Jordy was able to pitch to a championship like she did, knowing in the back of her mind that she was going to have a very hard talk with someone to close so close to her as her coach, that just shows amazing determination and focus on top of her skill. Whatever she does, I wish her the best. Everyone deserves that chance to live out their dream as they see it. That's a good point. As you know, she probably, and we've been hearing some rumblings about this for a month or so, she's probably known for a while, and to still have the focus to go compete at that high level and win is pretty cool.
It's probably what she was leaving it all out there. You know, it's one thing to go into something and not know it might be your final time playing for a team or with a team, but to go into it knowing it, she probably wanted to make sure she left every bit of it out there and no regrets. And so she did everything she possibly could. And, you know, she could walk away knowing that she literally gave it her all to be able to help that team win a title and walk away from it.
Pretty cool stuff. Also, which is pretty cool, congrats to a couple of female track athletes, national champions, shot put and javelin. Well done. Women finished 8th in the team standings, the meet that wrapped up over the weekend in Texas.
2 natties in a matter of like 20 minutes was awesome. Yeah, big time for Husker women. And then they finished 8th as a team because of those finishes and didn't get great finishes in the high jump that they were expecting. No. And so they could have maybe finished a little bit higher, but we've said it so many times, but you can't understate it, how things are going in the right direction for this track and field program. We were sitting there looking up some of the men that didn't maybe do as well that maybe you expected, and all of those guys are coming back, and they're all juniors and have eligibility left. And so big things ahead for both the men's and women's track teams. The men, to me, Jessica, they had kind of an opposite meet of what they had at the Big Tens. Yeah. Where they really set personal marks, and they hit most of where they kind of wanted to be with their throws or their jumps. And then they didn't do it in Austin for whatever reason. Maybe too much pressure.
Or did you peak too early? Track's hard with that because swimming's the other thing. It's sometimes you get up to a certain point and then your body just kind of brings it back down a little bit. I think maybe they did. Maybe they peaked a month ago.
I mean, we'll have to ask and see, and maybe too just going into it. And I think the conditions weren't great either, right?
It was warm and stormy.
And windy, right?
Windy.
So I don't know. I was pretty disappointed. I mean, I think probably they would be too. I think we went into it. When we went into it, we were thinking, oh, the men have a chance to win some national titles. And then they didn't do as well. And then the women, I knew we had a chance with Axelina to bring home a national title because she's been right up there. She threw the best throw and had the best mark of all of college, and even in the world, right? Like, I think
they said she threw 6 times in Austin.
5 of them would have won.
Yes. Yeah, every throw she made, nobody beat one of her 5 throws.
And so she's kind of been dominant all year. Yeah. And so I don't think she was a surprise, but Maddie Harris was the national runner-up last year. She finishes 4th. But for Rima to come in and win that national title there, and again, all these athletes are coming back. So, I mean, just huge for them. It's not easy to win an outdoor track and field national title. I mean, look at the gal from Arkansas who was an Olympian who people came in and thought, what was her name? They thought she was going to double in the 400 and 400 meters, and she ends up getting like 7th and 4th.
Right.
And it's just not easy. Everything has to go right. Your body has to feel right. And so for them to go bring home 2 national titles, that was really big for that program.
The men's side, and Gary Pepin was in here late last week, the Hall of Fame coach, and he just said, he goes, God, Greg, he said, not that you thought so many guys would win, but they would get points for you. And he goes, they didn't even play. So some guys finished 12th or 14th, and you're like, their marks, if you go by what their best is, they should have been in the top 8 to get you points.
Well, and they finished what last year like? I mean, they were in the top 10, I believe.
They finished 17th this year. I don't remember where they were last year.
But I think going into it, even though they didn't have the sprinters this year, that you still thought that they had enough guys competing in the field events that they would at least maybe have a top 10 finish. And then, those guys just didn't do it. I think a lot of people around here were expecting some of those guys to go do.
So congratulations, 2 national champions for Justin Sinclair's first year as Nebraska's track and field coach. Congratulations to them. And as Jessica mentioned, there's a lot of that team back next year. They should be real threats in the indoor and the outdoor, both on the conference level and on the national level. And that should make us all feel really good.
And then I think they are adding some guys in the recruiting class for the men.
Should help on the track.
Yes, on the track, and then some of those other areas, triple jump with Jalen Lloyd, or I don't know. I mean, if he's going to do both long jump and triple jump, or
I think he would.
If he's going to pick one, but I think he will help out there, and probably was a little bit too much for Till to balance. Till Steinforth doing both decathlon and the long jump at nationals. I mean, he did it at Big Tens, but getting more depth with the long jump and triple jump, I think will be big too. And then also on the track, because that's where they were lacking and have been lacking. 4th
for Till. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
In the decathlon. I mean, that's really good. I mean, Big Ten champ and you finish 4th at the NCAAs, you'll take that from Till. So great. I really enjoyed your interview with him. In fact, I'm hoping that's part of a best of show. In the coming weeks. Folks, buckle up with the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. 402-413-2400. That's the number to be part of the program, either with a call or a text. We're back with more next.
Husker fans, mark your calendar for Sunday morning, July 16th to join the Nebraska football team in the Race for a Cure Against Pediatric Brain Cancer. It's the 11th annual Nebraska Football Road Race. This year, all runners start and finish on Tom Osborne Field in Memorial Stadium. The final 69 yards will recreate the iconic 2013 ESPY Play of the Year when brain cancer patient Jack Hoffman scored a touchdown in the spring game. To register, go to huskers.com/road race. Sponsored by the Home Agency with support from the Lincoln Track Club.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is a proud NIL company in Nebraska, and with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Woodhouse Nissan is making shopping for your next vehicle simple. You can browse our inventory, apply for financing, and purchase all from the comfort of your home. Right now, lease a 2023 Nissan Murano SV all-wheel drive for $259 a month for 18 months. Visit us in store or online today. With approved credit, tax title license extra, 10,000 miles per year, $3,000 down, or trade equity plus first payment, $299 doc fee due at signing. Discounted price based on sale price of $40,528. Deal includes $1,000 NMAC loyalty rebate. VIN number 5N18Z2BS4PC136267. Offer expires 6/30/2023. See dealer for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. Husker fans, the 2023 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need your support celebrating the 100th year of Memorial Stadium. Purchase a special Husker football Through These Gates mini plan. For only $100, you will be at the Northern Illinois and Louisiana Tech games, plus your choice of one home Big Ten game. 3 games for only $100. Tickets available while supplies last. Purchase your Through These Gates mini plan today. For more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
For a delicious dinner on the go that will please the whole family, get Hai Chai at Hy-Vee. Right now, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22 during the month of June. Get 4 one-pint entrees, 2 pints of rice or lo mein, and 8 egg rolls or crab rangoon. That's right, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22, now through the end of June. Dine in or carry out the crowd-pleasing, award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese today. Some restrictions may apply.
Husker fans, you've got an opportunity to be a part of the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium in 2023 by purchasing a Through These Gates mini plan. It's a 3-game ticket package. It's on sale now. You can do it online at huskers.com/tickets. Call the ticket office during normal business hours. If you drop by, they'd love to see your bright, shiny face walking through the door. It's $100 for a ticket. It gets you both non-conference home games, Northern Illinois on September 16th, Louisiana Tech on September 23rd, and then you pick one of the 5 Big Ten home games of Northwestern, Purdue, Maryland, or Iowa. Several thousand of these have already been sold. They still have some left, though, Through These Gates mini plan. Well, shocking news from the entertainment world.
Oh.
Pat Sajak is stepping down as the host of Wheel of Fortune after 41 years. 41 years. He looks pretty good. He's pretty old then. He would be.
Really?
He'd be in his 70s.
I had to think about Wheel of Fortune, who that was. Wow.
Vanna White, was the one that turns.
Is she staying?
She's staying, I think, but he's stepping down.
I wonder why.
Probably just time for something else. Retire.
Aaron Rodgers going to try to be the replacement.
Wasn't it? It was Jeopardy that he went and did.
Yeah.
He loves Jeopardy.
Yeah.
He was at, I don't know if you had the Tonys were on last night. The Tonys is the award show for Broadway musicals, and it's in New York, and there was Aaron Rodgers. They had a shot of him sitting in the crowd. So
he kind of does. He's got his hand in a lot of...
Are you a fan or not of him?
I'm not like, I don't dislike him, but I'm not a fan.
Okay. I think he's a really good player. He's just a little odd.
Yeah.
But I think he's a heck of a player. Heck of a player.
Yeah, you can't deny his legacy and what he's done, but it's not like I'm like, got an Aaron Rodgers jersey hanging in my closet or anything.
So is Wheel of Fortune on at the Coody house right now?
My parents do love Wheel of Fortune.
Right after the 6 o'clock news, boom, there it is. Every night.
They don't watch the 6 o'clock news, but they do like Wheel of Fortune. They like guessing those puzzles. So...
Yeah, my wife's obsessed with it.
She
wants
started
to go on.
it, right? He started it, right?
I think so. I think he's the original host for that.
Yeah.
I think 41 years. Whoa. KP's got somebody coming after his
you think
record.
think about some of the things that he's witnessed in, like the dumb, like people, and how he's managed to handle like, nope, I don't think that's it. When they're like, everything's basically spelled out,
and they still mess it up.
Yeah.
They get nervous. The pressure's on you. You got to perform right then and there.
I'll submit my
application
to be the Wheel of Fortune.
Crypto King in the chat room says, I have Wheel of Fortune on right now. This is a staple of this time of day. Wheel of Fortune is a huge thing. So,
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah.
When you said that earlier, I didn't know who that was.
Pat Sajak.
If you just said Pat from Wheel of Fortune, I know who that is, but I didn't know what his last name was.
So that's huge news. I've held that to the end of the hour because I really wanted to get you guys to the end of the hour. So,
wow.
Good stuff. A text coming in after they get back from Brazil. You're going to have John Cook on. I don't know. My guess is there probably will be a kicking back with the Cooks. It might recap all of that. We like to kind of let the coaches have a little bit of breathing room in the summer months. They get back this week. They're done playing games. They're now just being tourists. I think they also did kind of a boot camp down there where they're doing workouts and that type of stuff. Maybe running on the beach, which is not easy. People think that's all glamorous. It's hard running in sand. Have you ever done that? It's hard getting your feet up and down in sand.
Yes, that's why people train.
Sure. I think that's what they're doing down there in Brazil right now.
Yeah. It's a workout.
So I don't know if we're going to get John on. We'll see if we don't want to get in the way of another kicking back with the Cooks, but we'll effort that for you as well. When the schedule comes out, we'll definitely talk to either Lauren or JB, and we think that might be really soon. Good first hour. Come on back, hour 2.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal, because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Woodhouse Ford is making car buying better with 3 convenient locations in Blair, Omaha, and Plattsmouth, a streamlined process, and great offers going on now. Purchasing your next car, truck, or SUV from Woodhouse Ford is an easy choice. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on a new 2023 F-150 XLT Super Crew. Shop our entire inventory and savings now at woodhouseford.com. With approved credit, see dealer for details. Expires 6/30/2023.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so hot. The air conditioner is out again. SOS, he screams and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue.
Good evening. I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, Nebraska native and now two-time NCAA softball champion Jordy Ball announced that she will be entering the transfer portal via social media. Ball expressed gratitude towards the OU fan base for their support and that she intends to return home to continue her career. We'll provide updates on Jordy in the transfer portal in the coming weeks. This morning, it was announced that Husker men's basketball assistant coach Adam Howard was selected to participate in the 2023 Top Connect Basketball Symposium in Florida this week. Coach Howard is one of 38 Division I assistant coaches to be selected. Top Connect identifies the top assistant basketball coaches in the country and provides them with excellent networking and leadership development opportunities. Coach Howard will then return to Lincoln and help prepare the men's team for their trip to Spain later this summer. Earlier today, the 2023 Nebraska soccer schedule was revealed. The Huskers are set to play 18 regular season games with 9 home games, including 2 exhibition games with South Dakota State and Oklahoma to begin their season on August 8th and 11th, respectively. More information on the schedule at large and ticketing is available at Huskers.com. In the NBA, the season could end tonight as Denver will look to hoist their first finals trophy in franchise history. Miami visits Colorado tonight with a tip-off set for 7:30. The Nuggets leading that series 3-1. 6 teams have already punched their ticket to the College World Series in Omaha. Those teams are Wake Forest, Florida, LSU, Virginia, TCU, and Cinderella Oral Roberts. The other 2 teams are to be determined tonight in the final batch of super regional games. Still in a weather delay is Southern Miss and Tennessee. Texas and Stanford are just getting underway in California. And lastly, just a few MLB scores to provide. In the 5th, the Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. The Rockies and Red Sox are scoreless in the 4th, and the Giants-Cardinals game is also scoreless in the 2nd. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Now get ready for Hour 2 of Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
3 eligible to the near side. Back to throw is Morgan. Stepping up, gets hit, drop. Oh, he got drilled at the 18-yard line. Ty Robinson's 2nd sack of the year. I think he took his shoes off with that hit. Simon gets the shotgun snap. Huskers send a corner blitz. Simon steps, throws. Pass intercepted. Picked off by Miles Farmer.
Go,
to the 35, to the 30. Riptide down to the 27-yard line. Miles Farmer's 4th career INT.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Cole, I swear I'm not picking on you, but you said a term that I was hitting me the other day. How many times, Jessica, do you think we hear the term punch their ticket during a calendar year? 500 times? 1,000? I mean, everybody uses it. NCAA tournament, they punch their ticket for the big dance, or they punch their ticket for the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, you think about every sport and how many teams for every sport. Yeah, I mean.
The other day I was thinking about that because everybody's talking about, they punch their ticket for Omaha. And I'm like, God, how many times do I hear that term? And I don't know what other term you'd use. I mean, it's perfectly appropriate, but I'm like, man, I hear that term so much during a calendar year.
Clinch their spot.
Clinch their spot or advance to the, that doesn't sound as cool.
It's just not as like, I don't like it as much. Like punch their ticket, it's like more juice to it.
Just a well-used phrase.
You just know when you punch your ticket, like that's special, I mean, you punch your ticket to the postseason.
But, the thing is, that comes kind of from the old railroad days where you would get on, the conductor would punch your ticket. They don't really do that anymore. They scan it now. So can you say they scan their ticket for Omaha?
Or download it to your app?
Download the QR. They QR coded their Omaha invite. Right?
We should do something on that, like asking if we looked up like where punch your ticket came from or whatever.
It's got to be a railroad term.
Start asking current players. I saw this funny thing the other day, like this teacher was asking their kids about 90s terms and like showed a VCR tape player and people didn't know what that was, a cassette player and all that. Like people didn't, the kids had no idea what that was.
I know, right?
Like a telephone, an actual telephone that was in the wall. And so maybe we should do that with like some of our student athletes. Hey, what does punch your ticket mean?
Yeah, and where did it come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like scan your QR code. They scan their QR code for Omaha.
Download it on your app.
Modernize it. We got to modernize this thing going on here. The Longhorns and the Cardinal just got on their way out in Stanford's campus. That's a really pretty campus. I've been there once or twice.
For Stanford, Texas.
Stanford?
Yeah.
I know you're a Texas fan. But
Oh, it's huge, huge.
she's doing the hook 'em again, folks.
Oh.
It's crazy. And they're still in a rain delay in Hattiesburg. Can't get that Southern Miss game going with Tennessee. I am definitely for Southern Miss. I'd love to see them come.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Get the Volunteers.
I mean, in the
outta
last week, you've told people I'm a fan of the SEC and Texas. And
all tongue-in-cheek.
people are not going to like me if you keep that up.
All tongue-in-cheek. Game 5 tonight. My call has been Nuggets in 5. I think they finish them off tonight. They have looked dominant the last couple of games. They kind of were sleepy in that game, too, that the Heat won, but they were dominant in Miami winning those 2 games. Have you enjoyed watching the Nuggets? Because a lot of people don't see them. I mean, you see some, but I think you're maybe more of a fan of the Miami story than you are of just what the Nuggets have done.
I am not like, I just picked the Heat because you picked the Nuggets. I'm one of those people. And I can appreciate what the Joker does and his game and how I went on and on about his passing the other day. I think it's clearly, I think you saw it in Game 4. There's a clear separation in talent. And Denver is clearly the better team. And they are loaded. Like, that's what my dad and I were talking about when I was down in Oklahoma. Like, how did Denver manage to accumulate all this talent with the salary cap and all of that? But I mean, they're playing on a different level. And I don't know if there's a team that could have even, I don't even think the Celtics would have given them 7.
I don't either. I mean, they mashed the Lakers in the Western Conference.
The Lakers were old, and maybe if the Lakers were completely fresh, maybe that's a better matchup. But they're just playing on a different level. I would think that some of those pieces would not be at Denver moving forward if they win.
I have so enjoyed Jokic. I just think his ability, his passing, incredible. I mean, what did he have, a 30-20-10 the other night in one of those games?
He's had like more triple-doubles in the playoffs than people have in their career.
But his touch around the basket, and he can step out and hit the 3 almost effortlessly. And I love his demeanor. I don't think he whines a lot on the court. He doesn't. And guys are trying to gouge him and bang him and try to get him upset and get under his skin. It doesn't seem like it does.
And he doesn't care about the accolades and being the best player on the floor. I mean, I've heard several interviews from his teammates that it just none of that gets to him. He doesn't care, all that MVP talk. Because it kind of got heated a little bit during the season about, is he the MVP? Is it there was like 3 guys in that conversation that people were talking about, and it kind of got a little heated.
Well, Embiid won it.
Yeah.
And then I think Jokic finished second. Who was the third guy?
But there were 3 that people were like kind of getting argued about.
Giannis, Andrews
but
guy?
I think but if Joker would have won it, he would have been the first 3-time, right? 3-time repeat or whatever. But all of that, none of that matters to him. It doesn't matter to him. And I also think there's something to be said, like, guys want to play with guys that pass the ball like that. It's one thing if you just got to pass him the ball all the time and get him looks and you got to create for him, but his teammates don't have to do that for him. He can do that on his own, and he's also getting other guys looks. And so I think he's a guy that people really, how many former players have said that how much they'd love to play with a guy like that? I mean, just his ability to get yours, if you're a guy that wants to score, wants to get your buckets, he does that for his teammates. And you have to tip your cap to his game. It is, there's just nobody in the league like him. And, so all that being said, but I was for the Heat because I also want to see the series extended. I want to see the season extended. I'd like to see it go to 7. I think the Heat have a cool story with having 4 undrafted guys. And so they've had a lot of injuries and the guys that they've had to call on to step up. But I mean, it's Denver's clear head and shoulders above the better team.
Murray and Jokic had been together quite a while. Gordon has been a big addition for them. And they picked up, I think they got Brown at the trade deadline maybe, and that's been a good field. That organization has never won it.
Yeah.
Never.
They've never even been to the finals.
Nope.
They did. So I remember the reason why I don't like Denver too is back in the day when Carmelo Anthony was with Denver. Denver and Oklahoma City had some heated battles, and this is when Oklahoma City was still pretty young and upcoming.
Was Durant still there?
Yes, yeah. This is before the trader left, but Denver knocked Oklahoma City out one year to get to the Western Conference Finals. They kind of had a little bit of a heated rivalry, and then it was the Mavs and even the Spurs. But so I didn't like the Nuggets from back then. But I mean, it would be a cool story for sure. You always like to see teams that hadn't done it do it. I wanted to see a little bit more of a competitive series.
I'm with you. I mean, it's disappointing if it doesn't go 7. I do think it probably ends tonight, and it's in Denver, so you will not see the Miami Heat mascot, who is out of the hospital. This happened in Game 4. They had a promotion. Conor McGregor, the UFC fighter, comes out. They put big gloves on the Miami Heat mascot, and Conor McGregor clocks him. I mean, you see that, and you're like, come on, Conor, it's supposed to be kind of fun, lighthearted. He clocks this mascot, and down he goes. Poor guy to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit...
You're laughing. This guy got
because
drilled.
I didn't know you were going there, and then you're like, you just totally turned to the mascot being in the hospital, and yeah, it was supposed to be this fun bit. I mean, he hit him way too hard. What was he thinking? Hard. Like, there's not that much protection in that thing.
Not at all.
And then it also, like, because I would imagine there's a little bit of a helmet in there, so even if you clock him, but it still is going to hit your head really hard.
Oh. I'm not a big Conor McGregor fan, and now I'm definitely not.
I'm not a huge like MMA, boxing, any kind of fan.
Oh, Terrence Crawford, July 29th, going to be here quick.
I know we got asked about that the other day. Who would pick? So.
Oh, I'm Crawford. I'm Crawford all the way. Last week we told you about Simeon Wilcher, CJ's younger brother, who had signed with North Carolina. He just is coming out of high school. He left Carolina. He's going to go to St. John's. So Rick Pitino, who now is the head coach at St. John's and apparently is using NIL pretty effectively, has put together a nice little team. So Simeon Wilcher is off the board. I don't know I think Nebraska had an inkling that's the way that was going to go. So I'm not sure they're heartbroken. I think they knew they weren't going to.
I also don't know if that was really a need. You know, I mean.
Good point.
If he's looking for a place to go in and play immediately, they're pretty, with Casey coming back and the depth they have at guard, his brother, including CJ Wilcher, and they have a lot of guards. Jamarcus Lawrence, there's a lot of depth there and I mean, really they're deep everywhere now at this point. I mean, they've done really well, and we've said that a lot. I just don't know for a guy like a true freshman coming in, and with the talent they've got coming back, the portal guys that they've gotten, I don't know how much he would have been able to fit into the rotation immediately. And that's what a lot of those kinds of players are looking for immediately.
A lot of people are sounding off on the punching your ticket. I think I was kind of on to something about the railroad. Jim in Columbus sent me a whole little thing on the text line about tickets being punched and that type of thing. So I do think it has its history and roots in the railroad industry.
Okay.
So there we go. All right.
We'll put Colin doing a deep dive into that, like some investigative journalism.
He's on it.
When was the first time anybody ever used that term, and why did it take off?
It is with us on nauseum every year, different things. 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program with a call or a text. When we come back, we're going to hear from Omar Brown, one of the Huskers, one of the guys in a deep, deep position group, that defensive secondary. We'll hear from Omar coming up next.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm sports media student Connor Clark with Campus News. More than $145 million in gross revenue has been generated by startup companies, founded by alumni of UNL's Angler Agribusiness Entrepreneurship Program, since the program began in 2010. With over 230 Angler Program alumni growing businesses across Nebraska, the Angler Program is making a big impact on the lives of students, alumni, and Nebraskans.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Get ready again for some Nebraska farm facts. When there's work to be done, Nebraska soybeans are on the job in many of your everyday products. In fact, Nebraska soybeans are hard at work in Goodyear tires, Ford cars and trucks, Skechers shoes, asphalt, fuels, lubricants, name brand paints and stains, and more. Soybeans are an innovative replacement for petroleum, leading to more sustainable products all over the world. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card, free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
When you're a fan, you wear your team's jersey on your back and your heart on your sleeve. After a win, your world glistens. Lose, and the hurt permeates your soul. You'll always have a place with us in the Cox Fan Zone, where everyone can play and connect with other fans in a big group hug. See, in the Fan Zone, you're not some crazy fan. You're home.
Hey, Husker fans, this is Greg Sharpe, voice of the Huskers. Say Fan Zone into your Contour voice remote to play. Not at home? Visit cox.com/fanzone. Go Huskers. Cornerstone Bank proudly serves Nebraska with a full line of loan and deposit products. Cornerstone is large enough to handle all of your financial needs while offering the personal service you deserve and the local decision-making you expect from a family-owned community bank. Stop in or call one of the Cornerstone Bank locations near you to discover the Cornerstone difference. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Loan subject to approval.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Woodhouse Chevy is making car buying better. Now with 2 convenient locations in Missouri Valley, Iowa, and our newest location in Omaha at 112th and Dodge. Plus, going on now, receive up to $6,000 off MSRP on the 2023 Chevy Silverado. Visit us in-store or online anytime to shop our current offers and inventory. Find new roads with Woodhouse Chevy in Missouri Valley and now in Omaha. With approved credit, must finance with GMC. Dealer for details, expires 6/30/2023.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is a proud NIL company in Nebraska, and with your help, we can maximize our student-athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student-athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Monday night. Hope you had a great weekend. So glad you're with us here tonight. 402-413-2400. The ticket punching has gotten so much attention. Husker in Hanover in the chat room, Art in Los Angeles have both done some research. It does go back to the 1800s, to trains. It allowed tracking. It allowed the conductors to make it faster for passengers to board the train.
So it probably started back then when maybe back in the olden days when like a World Series team, they punched their ticket to the World Series or something like that, and then it just like took off.
Andy in the chat room said this: if the Nuggets win tonight, that'll be 3 championships in Denver by 3 different teams in 7 years. Andy, you're going to have to help me because I know the Avs won NHL. The Nuggets, do they have an MLS team? I asked you if they had a WNBA team.
They don't have a WNBA team.
The Rockies haven't won. The Broncos have been bad, so it must be an MLS team maybe? It's got to be Major League Soccer.
Maybe he'll let
Help us
know.
out, Andy. I think it's probably MLS, but I don't follow that league real closely, so I don't remember who their past champions have been. So maybe the Mile High City is the city of champions.
Apparently.
I guess we can call it that. One guy you hope has a good championship type year is Omar Brown. You had a chance to talk to a handful of Husker players last week, and one of those was Omar Brown.
Yes, I really enjoyed talking to Omar Brown. He's a great interview, and just a little bit of context. So we did these interviews last week. They had an internal media day. They were going around shooting at all the different outlets, getting everything for the season. And so a little bit of preface there, as I did ask him, it was the day before that the news had broke that they were going to be staying in the dorms for the training camp. And so I actually broke the news to him. You'll hear from him. But yeah, here is Omar Brown. Here with senior defensive back Omar Brown. I say defensive back because you've literally played everywhere. What would you consider yourself?
A defensive back.
Defensive back? Yeah, hold that up there right there.
I got you.
Defensive back?
Yeah, defensive back, I'll say.
How much pride do you take in that, though, that you can be plugged in anywhere in a defense?
Yeah, I'll say last year, was the first time I ever, got put in a situation like that. And even though, I didn't get how I wanted everything to go, it was a big, step for me, for my game to, improve, because I never had to learn multiple positions in one period, one season. So, I say it helped me a lot, even though it wasn't how I wanted it last year. That little minor thing made me better. So
what did you learn playing all those different positions? I mean, what did you take away from that?
I say what I learned was the different angles of coming in, playing nickel. You're more closer to the D line. You're more with the linebackers. You know what I'm saying? So you're a DB more and a linebacker. So you gotta just get ready to set edges and everything. So it's different. And corner and safety is more coming downhill and stuff like that. So just minor little switches.
Being up there closer to the line, though, I know you're a physical guy. You had to like that opportunity, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was just when you actually get put in those situations in a game, you got okay, these people are really strong and big, so you gotta get ready.
So how did that transition your last year going into this year with the new coaching staff? I mean, how did you go into this starting in January once you started getting acclimated to the new staff and then into spring ball?
I say with me, when all that was happening, I think everybody kind of already knew what I was going for. Last year, it was never a question of me not being good enough to play. So I say when the new coach staff came in, it just kind of gave me a new start. These coaches don't know anybody, so they can really see who's good and who's not, and then the competitive aspects they add to it makes it more standout. See who's good, who needs improvement. So I like that a lot because they really show who's good now.
And your name came up a lot by this coaching staff. So what did you do in the spring that you felt like you did in the spring that stood out to them?
I say just grinding. I'm not too much of a talker. I don't do too much yelling. I'm not too much of a yeller. I'm just kind of my own inner person. I go grind because I know I need to. I know any day this could end. I could get hurt. Knock on wood, but just anything can happen. So really, just that's it.
The coaching staff, I think if you asked them what they would to describe themselves, grinders would come up and how they would describe themselves too. So how much do you vibe with that and click with that in the way that you guys do just come in and work?
I say just doing it daily, not taking a day off. For me, it's different. I might wake up some mornings not really wanting to do what we're finna do early in the morning, but it's just that competitive drive. I can't not grind this day because I know. Especially I'm a senior, I got dreams of going to the NFL. There's people that's not taking no days off, so it's I can't take no days off. I take this so serious, so yeah.
Being that so much of this staff came from the NFL, how much has that helped you in kind of hone in on that dream that you want to go and learn from that and what they're bringing from the NFL here?
For me, I think it's really important, and I'm happy it happened like my senior year, and the connections these coaches have and how like the experience they have, and I think it's perfect for me. Like my last year, just getting that last bit of knowledge before I go make that big step. So just even them knowing that where I'm trying to go, I think it's really important. I love it. So yeah.
Describe Evan Cooper.
Evan Cooper.
Coach Coop.
Coach Coop. Young, relatable. He got that drive, you know what I'm saying? This is like he coached before, but you know, this is him right here. This is his stuff, this is his group. So it's like coach for a player, you love that because you see like, okay, he takes his job serious. This is his first time like being big with us, and he got his own thing. So like, I know if it's important to him, then everything should work out.
He seems, the times I've been out to practice, very detail-oriented. How important are those details playing defensive back?
Man, I think they're super important because, like, any little thing could get you beat. Like, even maybe being a yard away from where you were supposed to be. Like, that person did the route probably a yard before where you're supposed to be at, but you weren't there. Like, just little stuff like that, like, just minor things. And I think they be on it with me a lot, too, and really everybody, just because you see where you're trying to go. Like, you see I'm trying to get to the next level, so don't make those very important.
How great is the depth in the defensive back room?
I ain't gonna lie, we got a lot of depth, but we got a lot of good guys. Shoot, if anything was to happen with me, I know there's somebody right there that's gonna step up and do the exact same thing I was doing. So it's like, it's really like it brings competitive to you because it's like when you're in practice, you're like, okay, I want to start, but you got somebody behind you that's probably doing the same as hard as you. So it's like you don't want to mess up on this thing because you mess up and then they go and they do it right. Then that's it right there. But that's what kind of drives all of us because it's like something you could get beat any day, and then what you gonna do the next day?
You know, we started off this conversation talking about your versatility, and that's the big thing about Tony White's defense. So how much have you felt like you have fit into what he wants to implement here in Lincoln?
Man, I think he's trying to implement a lot of things, like especially like with the secondary and with like because I'm from the secondary, I see it. So just having the safeties or even the corners do more, like not just playing man, but like coming down, blitzing, showing something else and going just little things. So I like Coach White. He's bringing something here for sure.
Seems like that's a defense that's perfect for you, though. I mean, when we kind of started to learn about Tony White, you were one of the names that we talked about. Seems like would be a great fit. Do you feel like this is a good fit for your style of play?
I think so. I think so because just what he's showing me, what we talked about, he really said this it should go how you want it. It's all on you though. So. You
gotta love that he puts a lot on the defensive backs.
Yeah.
That's what you want, right?
Mm-hmm. Got to.
So it just came out, Coach Roll is going to have you guys all stay in the dorms together the first couple weeks. Did you hear that? You didn't hear that?
Well, I never heard that, for real.
Okay, so that came out.
What are we doing?
The big news yesterday came out that during training camp, during fall camp, the first couple weeks, you guys are going to be moving into the dorms together. So you weren't on Twitter yesterday.
I wasn't on Twitter yesterday.
So how does that sound? I mean, it's kind of what they do in training camp, NFL training camp.
Yeah,
everybody lives together.
Right.
So
yeah, you're right.
You excited about going back into the dorms? The senior going back into the dorms? Who do you hope you're rooming with? I'll ask you that.
Marquise. That's my guy, Marquise Buford. But I think it's gonna be different. I just heard about it just now. You told me about
breaking news.
Breaking news. I think I'm like it. Like honestly, I know why he's doing it. So it's like it's also a team bonding thing. Make sure everybody right. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna definitely be new. But I think I'm like it.
Well, beyond all the football stuff, you have a really cool opportunity this summer. You have an internship. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, I just love being with kids. I'm an internship at the rec center by the stadium. So just hanging around those kids, creating a relationship with those kids, just giving them that motivation to do things. Like I know sometimes I'm with a group of girls at the camp, and some girls might not be so into sports or into certain things, and just try to get them out their comfort zone. Even if they don't do some sports, just talk about something they do like. So just creating, like, being a people person with kids and everything. I love it.
How important has that been for you to have something that's not football, to focus on something outside of football?
I think it's really important. I've been wanting to do this for like a while now, and not even just because it's my internship. Like, I've always wanted to do something with my school with kids, like just having them see me when they ask me questions of where I'm from or how I got here. Like, I love answering them because it's just telling my story on why. So certain kids might have the same type of background as you, and like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So.
Oh, I love that. Last thing I got for you, what's next? What do you guys need to accomplish this summer before you hit the ground for fall camp?
I say just grinding every day, like not regular grinding either, because every team is grinding, but pitting it to the next level, like the next thing, like taking it to the next step. Like, if we work in training, like being loud, being clear about everything, being a player-led team, not a coach-led team, even though that's their job, but being a player-led team.
I think that's what the head coach says as well. That was the #1 goal as well. Omar Brown, appreciate your time. Always a pleasure chatting with you.
My pleasure, Chief.
Greg, how about that? Like, did you see his face? If you're watching our YouTube stream, you saw him. His face is like, oh, what?
Say what now?
We're staying in the dorms? What? He didn't know. Apparently the players hadn't been told.
Well, remember, Matt Rule told some reporters in Texas.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in Lincoln when he let that secret out of the bag.
And then we talked about it on the show before.
We did.
So I don't know. I guess I assumed that.
I think it was that night.
It was the day before.
Or was it the day before? Okay.
It was the show before, and then I started doing interviews that next afternoon before the next show. And I mean, I assumed that they would have heard by then.
It had been reported by then by multiple outlets.
And we had talked about it the night before.
That is classic.
But his face is like, what? What did you just say?
That is classic. Love that. Hope that young man has a good year. I think he's really talented. I think he needs to kind of find a niche, but hopefully it works out.
I think that too can be a problem. We just move him around. I mean, I know you played safety, corner, and nickel. I mean, he was even backing up. Was it Isaac Gifford that went down?
Yep.
And so he's backing up Gifford there at nickel, and so sometimes that hinders the development as well, as we hear Jeremiah talk about all the time, if you don't lock into one. But I think he's a guy that probably fits pretty well into this Tony White defense. He's versatile, and with as many defensive backs as they're going to call upon, I think he'll find himself a fit. And they seem to really like him, so
Good stuff.
think he'll do pretty well for this defense.
That is really good stuff right there from Omar Brown. Good to hear from him, and we wish him good luck during the year. All right, phone lines, text lines open for you, 402-413-2400. The Denver Broncos did win the Super Bowl in 2016. I guess I forget about football before Patrick Mahomes took over the show in Kansas City, so I apologize to the Bronco fans that I didn't remember the 2016
Come on, Greg.
game.
I mean, you are just really making the Broncos fans mad around here.
That was a nice little dig, wasn't it, right there? The opening lines for the opening weekend of college football are out at one of the sports books. We'll tell you some of the lines next.
For a delicious dinner on the go that will please the whole family, get Hai Chai at Hy-Vee. Right now, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22 during the month of June. Get 4 one-pint entrees, 2 pints of rice or lo mein, and 8 egg rolls or crab rangoon. That's right, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22, now through the end of June. Dine in or carry out the crowd-pleasing, award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese today. Some restrictions may apply.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Discover the meticulously crafted and effortlessly iconic 2023 Cadillac lineup at Woodhouse Cadillac. Receive up to $1,500 off MSRP and 2.9% APR for 36 months on the 2023 Cadillac XT5 or XT6. Visit us in-store at our newest location at 112th and Dodge in Omaha or online anytime at WoodhouseCadillac.com. With approved credit, must finance with GM Financial, $299.fee due at signing. Offer expires 6/30/2023. See dealer for details.
They say consistency is the key to success.
they weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimated CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so hot. The air conditioner is out again. SOS, he screams and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you on a Monday night. We've got the Texas-Stanford game on right now, and ESPN on their crawl is saying Jordy Ball's coming to Nebraska. So
they put out an article earlier that said that they had heard from a source that it was.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's the inclination, and that's certainly what she alluded to in her post, but it just has not been, which we've kind of done that with transfers here until it's officially official when it comes from the accounts here. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like all signs point to her being a Husker.
She didn't say the Cornhuskers in her social post
she said
today.
she's coming home.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's coming home to play softball.
That may come tomorrow officially, but all signs are pointing that she's going to be a Cornhusker. Andy's taking my Denver Broncos ribby. No, he's been a good sport about it. He's like, somebody said that they've been trash since then. I think he said they had 12 different quarterbacks since 2016, and then Andy, I'm not rubbing this in. I'm just stating facts. They made a bad trade. Russell Wilson, they gave up way too much for Russell Wilson. He's on the backside of his career. But
hey, remember that someone picked them to win the Super Bowl last year?
Darn Andrew. We just can't forget about Andrew. I'll let you off the hook on that one. I mentioned opening week lines have popped out on one of the sports books for college football. The Huskers are an 8-point dog. I've seen something kind of similar to that. That's okay. We're kind of an unknown. People don't know much about us. That's fine. I think Nebraska can certainly win. I think they can cover, but, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but I think they can cover that line. There's some interesting matchups that first week. Utah is hosting Florida. That's a really good matchup out in Salt Lake City. That's maybe one of the better games of the opening weekend. That'll be kind of cool. Purdue is playing Fresno State. They are a 6-point favorite. Ohio State opens at Indiana. Buckeye is a 4-touchdown favorite. Oklahoma is opening with Arkansas State. They are a 32-point favorite. That seems a little high. Sooners coming off a rough year, 6-7, but they're a big favorite in their opening week. Looking at some other lines.
And they had a hard time scoring at times last year, too.
Now, the quarterback's back.
I mean, but...
So, Wisconsin's a 24-point favorite over Buffalo. Iowa's a 21-point favorite over Utah State. I'm really anxious to see the Hawkeyes. They get Cade McNamara, who lost the job at Michigan, to J.J. McCarthy. I think he's an upgrade for Iowa at quarterback. I think they will be better. How can they be worse? But I think they will be better offensively than they were last year. And you know they're going to play good defense. Colorado TCU. You want to guess? Colorado TCU. That's the game.
TCU 17-point favorite?
19. So you're close.
Look
You're
at
very
me.
close. I'm a little surprised it's that close. Honestly.
Well, but the quarterback's gone, right, for TCU?
He is. They've got a new guy.
And he was a big part of, he kind of put that team on their back last year a little bit at times. And I think they lost a couple good defensive players. So, but to me, I think they're still, they're filling some holes. That's kind of a little bit of a shot. To be a 17-point underdog, that's kind of a little bit of a shot at Colorado.
19.
19, sorry. That's what I thought. I thought 19.
The Frogs.
Or I thought 17.
Am I doing that right? Is that the Frogs?
Yeah, the Horned Frogs, yeah.
Rutgers hosting Northwestern in Piscataway.
Rutgers hosting Northwestern.
Cole, you want in on this? You want to guess?
Yeah, guess, Cole.
Rutgers hosting Northwestern.
Yeah. Remember, the Wildcats only won one game last year. Unfortunately, we know who that was against.
Rutgers 12?
I was going to say Rutgers 8.
6.
I almost said 6, and then I thought, oh, that's too
So you have three conference games that weekend. Our game, and then you've got Rutgers, Northwestern, and Ohio State, Indiana. So 3 conference games in week 1. But yeah, they're all out if you want to go see the rest of the lines. Really good matchup. Louisiana, LSU at Florida. No, LSU playing Florida State. It's in Orlando. It's not at FSU, but it's in Orlando. LSU a 3-point favorite. That will be a heck of a game. A lot of people think Florida State's a top 10 team. We'll see. That's a great matchup on weekend 1. So some red meat for you people out there, particularly the folks in the YouTube chat. They like to talk that stuff.
They do. Sometimes I don't even think they listen to what we're talking about or the interviews we got going on because they've just got their own conversation going on.
They like to talk about the odds. The odds of all of that. All right, first break in. I know they're going to commercial. First break is up in the Miami was up 5-2 last I saw, so Game 5 is underway.
Ooh, off to a start.
Out there. So they get one of their guys back tonight, right?
Tyler Hero.
Hero's back.
I don't know how effective he will be, but
yeah, they'll need all hands on deck to win in Denver tonight to keep that series going. Big Ten baseball news: Rob Vaughn, the very successful head coach at Maryland, taking the job at Alabama. Alabama went through that gambling scandal where they caught their head coach putting down bets on games. He got let go midseason. Their interim guy did a nice job. They got him to a Super Regionals. But Bama going and getting Rob Vaughn, that's okay with me. Get him out of the Big Ten. He did a great job at Maryland. They won the league back-to-back years. They won the tournament up in Omaha a few weeks ago. So Maryland has promoted another guy on their staff to be the head coach for the Terrapins. So a little bit of baseball news for you there tonight. All right, 402-413-2400. That's our number if you want to be a part of the program with a call or a text. Also time to tell you to buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Back to wrap up this little chit-chat session with our weekend winners. I can't wait. Let's do that next.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
For a delicious dinner on the go that will please the whole family, get High Chai at Hy-Vee. Right now, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22 during the month of June. Get 4 one-pint entrees, 2 pints of rice or lo mein, and 8 egg rolls or crab rangoon. That's right, get a Hy-Vee Chinese dinner for 4, just $22, now through the end of June. Dine in or carry out the crowd-pleasing, award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese today. Some restrictions may apply.
And a 36. Bazelak trying to set the screen, gets hit and sacked. Brought down Ty Robinson. Brings him down, a sack for Ty.
Hey Husker fans, tune in Friday for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In the 6 o'clock hour, we'll listen back to interviews with Merritt Beeson and Peyton Robb. In the 7 o'clock hour, we'll go back to conversations with Trev Alberts, Till Steinforth, and Kristen Coggan. Tune in to your local affiliates or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card. Free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Since 1993, Dakota Mac has offered fixed long-term ag real estate loans perfect for any stage of life. The rebellious 15-year loan, the here for laundry 20-year loan, and the 30-year loan who thinks they can tell you a thing or two about parenting. Whatever your needs, trust Dakota Mac with your legacy.
Hi, it's Nick Reno from Dakota Mac. Please call me at 308-380-7564 to learn all about our competitive rates on ag real estate loans.
Our Sports Alley Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com. Anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned that you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Also, folks, still trying to get you a part of the Through These Gates mini plan. It's a 3-game ticket package for Husker football to help celebrate the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium. It's $100 for a ticket, get you into 3 games, both non-conference games, Northern Illinois and Louisiana Tech, who might have Dakota's Crawford out on the field during that game. And then you get to pick one of the 5 Big 10 games that you can go to, whether it's Michigan, Northwestern, Purdue, Maryland, or Iowa. You get to pick that 3rd game to put into your package. The seats are in the north and south end zone. Several thousand have been sold, but still some available for the upcoming season. All right, we've reached the time and the moment of the week for the weekend winners. I'm going to start behind the screen. Is that
You
all right?
always start there. That's fine.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You started there last time. That's fine. Go, Cole.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it. My team, my winner, is a team that made it to Omaha.
Did they punch their ticket?
They might have punched their ticket. They scanned their QR code to Omaha. Oral Roberts. I was looking at their schedule. They won 32 of their last 34 games.
Whoa, man!
One of those losses was Oregon in the Supers. So good stuff. I'll cheer for them.
First
in Omaha.
trip for them since 1978. They're the first non-Power 5 team to make the College World Series since 2017. And Southern Miss could get there tonight, too, if they get their game underway with Tennessee. So I like that. That's a good one. All right.
Listen, Crypto King on the chat said the weekend winners are the Husker fans because Jordy Ball is coming here. We don't know that for sure yet. They will be the winners when that is officially official. I am going to go because I think I know probably, hopefully, where you're going. So I am going to spread the love here a little bit. And this actually happened last Thursday night, but we were going out there. We didn't have a show on Friday. Izzy Bourne, who's gone back to Australia, is playing professionally. She's making a push to go to the Australian national team. She puts up 40 points for the team she's playing for in Australia. And if you see the highlight, she's literally doing it just like she did it here. She's stepping back from three, deep from three. She's getting to the rim. She's pulling up mid-range. I mean, just vintage Izzy Bourne, but doing it in Australia and putting up a 40-piece.
I thought you were going to go with the track athlete.
Well, I was hoping that's where you'd go.
No. I've got two numbers for you, 72 and 69.
Okay.
Any idea? Anybody know who my winner is?
Football numbers?
Nick Taylor made a 72-foot eagle putt yesterday to become the first Canadian to win the Canada Open in 69 years.
Wow.
Imagine the pressure on him. No one from that country has won their country's Open in 69 years. He drained a 72-foot eagle putt yesterday to win the Canadian Open. Good for him.
Good for him. All right, my 1B or 1A would be the track athletes for winning national championships. Can't say that enough when you win national championships. Rima and Axelina winning in the javelin and shot put.
What was really interesting, after Nick Taylor makes that putt, you had a bunch of Canadian golfers like Mike Weir, Graham Dillette, Corey Connors. They were standing off the green. They're ready to come out and celebrate with their countrymen for winning it and breaking that long streak. Can you imagine no U.S. golfer winning the United States Open for 69 years? It's crazy. And so one of them was Adam Hadwin. So he's coming out, and he's got a big bottle of champagne, and he's spraying it. Have you seen this? A security guard thinks he's a spectator and just rocks him to the ground. It was a great tackle. I mean, it was a knocks him down.
Up, get him a deal.
So he's okay, he's fine, but the video's
he didn't have
all
to go
over
to the hospital.
He did need some treatment, but he's okay. I think he's even okay to play because he's in the U.S. Open this weekend. But Adam Hadwin just got rocked, and his wife was killing him on Twitter. She's like, what was that? She goes, I need video. I need every angle of that video. So I don't know whether she's mad at her husband or what, but it was a great scene.
Oh, that's awesome. And like you said, I mean, just the pressure of being from that country and winning it, and it had not been done. And
Rory had won that back-to-back years.
Canada, it's just not really big there.
Golf's getting bigger. I mean, they've got 4 or 5 guys on the tour.
Well, we've had this conversation about growing around the world, but as far as just like, you know, you think about the dominant players in some of the other countries and how many there, and there's been several Aussies.
Part of it's a climate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to golf up there.
It's a short season. They get to start playing golf probably in late April, and they're done by October 1st. It's put the clubs away and be done. So there you go. That was cool. And great. I love the Axelina and Obertor winning national titles. That's fantastic. Huskers didn't get just one; they got 2 national champions.
Those are the 2 national champions for this year, right? Of any Nebraska athletics.
Didn't get one in wrestling, did we?
Nope.
Bowling came up short. I think that would be it.
It was the 2 national titles all
great.
year.
Good for them. And track won the only league championship.
Big Ten championship.
Yep. In a sport that has that. So good year for track and field. So it's over for the year. They'll have cross country, which it's not real huge in Nebraska, and then the indoor season gets going in January. Crypto likes my pick, by the way.
He also said mine was the best, though.
I didn't see that in the thread there. So, all right, tomorrow night, we're going to talk some women's basketball tomorrow night, right?
Yes. Going to talk to one of the Husker newbies Logan Nisley, who's apparently just quite the sharpshooter. So we'll hear from her and get to know her a little bit.
Fantastic. Can't wait to punch your ticket for the show tomorrow night. Have a great night.
Punch it.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Do you want your date to wait for your interlock device to let you drive? Your kids to ask why you have an ankle bracelet? Or your boss to see your criminal history? Do you want to miss important life events because of house arrest? Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office. When you're a fan, you wear your team's jersey on your back and your heart on your sleeve. After a win, your world glistens. Lose, and the hurt permeates your soul. You'll always have a place with us in the Cox Fan Zone, where everyone can play and connect with other fans in a big group hug. See, in the Fan Zone, you're not some crazy fan. You're home.
Hey, Husker fans, this is Greg Sharpe, voice of the Huskers. Say Fan Zone into your Contour voice remote to play. Not at home? Visit cox.com/fanzone. Go Huskers.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Farmers can make what seems impossible reality with a little hard work and ingenuity. They find solutions to reduce inputs and improve their yield. Valley Irrigation is no different. As the leader in irrigation technology, we deliver results and optimize your operation. Because when you have a vision for the future, you need the people that can make it possible by your side. Expect what's next